Okay, what's going on, beautiful people? Peace to the gods. All right, everyone on their healing health journey. So, the last video, I can do it better. I can make that shorter. It cut off, I was pretty much done, but in an effort to be conscious about what I do and make shorter videos, I can talk, so it is what it is. But this is the supplements in superfood video. So, put this off for a little bit, but here we are, divine timing, right? Whatever we got to do is what we're going to do. I had some good moments in that last take, though. But anyway, I'd rather try to get this under 10 minutes, maybe 5. But if he keeps talking, who knows? So let's go. Ooh, somebody owned a Nintendo 64. But anyway, supplements and superfoods, okay? Superfoods. People call things superfoods, but really they're just foods that, us people in the West have just now found out about. And we're like, wow, this is super nutritious. We're going to call it a superfood. But everyone else, who's been literally, they've known about this their entire lives, it's just a food. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. You call it whatever you want, right? But all these plants and vegetables and herbs are here to help us out when we are on the food trip, okay? And your supplements. Now, for the most part, supplements, well, for the most part, no. Definitively, supplements are just plants, herbs, whatever, that have been dried and powdered in most cases, or, chopped up into, like, say, a tea. And yeah, they're ready to use. This process of drying and, powdering them or whatever, really the drying process is what helps to preserve the plant or whatever it is. And yeah, you just put it in a powder form to make it easier to eat. So there's that. Great example of that is going to be this organic nettle leaf right here. And we've got some dandelion root, which I can come over here and show you. See, dandelion right there. If we come in here and look at that, see, like that, it's like, that is the actual root of the plant that has just been dried and chopped up a little bit, cleaned up, ready to make teas with, which is exactly what I have here. And since this is my second take, actually, let me get some of this tea, because I want to use this before I eat anything else. I've been fasting for 3 days, so. I'm gonna break my fast soon. And then I've got this nettle right here, which if you look at it, this is literally tea. This is tea. This is freaking tea. So yeah, look at that. That is tea. It's not in the tea bag, but if you open the tea bag and you pour the stuff out, it'll look like this more times than not. So now they're gonna call this a supplement, Hold on, close that bag. Yeah, now, even though they call that a supplement, that is the actual leaf of the nettle plant. This is the actual root of the dandelion. This is actually sea moss. Let me show you. Okay? Now, I've also got the sea moss gel here, which is what you see most people doing, is turning it into a gel. That way it's easier to ingest. You can just throw it in a smoothie or a salad, whatever you want to do, right? Because if you just try to eat this like this, that fiber is going to tear you up. Fiber's going to tear you up. It's going to win that fight. But yeah, this is the sea moss right here. This is actual sea moss taken out of the water and dried. And then in order to make the sea moss gel, all you gotta do is go ahead and put this, well, soak it for a little bit, put it in a blender with some water, and just blend it until you got the gel. That smell, that's beautiful. Then we've got here, it literally says on the front, dietary supplement. We've got organic milled chia seeds. If you want to mill your own chia seeds, go get some whole, preferably raw organic chia seeds, and pop them in a blender. Run that for, I don't know, 20 seconds, and boom, there you go. You got your own milled chia seeds. We got this total beets thing right here, which is beets that have been dried and powdered. But you will get the same benefits minus the water, maybe not as much fiber, but pretty much you will get a majority of the nutrition that's coming from within that. Now, some people might say, oh, we don't need to take supplements, just eat whole foods. And yeah, I would agree. Like, we should all be striving to be on a whole food, plant-based diet. Here's the thing, though. We all know that the soil has been depleted of nutrients for a long time now, with all the monocropping and the things that are just kind of detached from how nature does it, which is the holistic way. That's why we are on the holistic health journey. That's why I promote holistic ways of being. Everyone likes to focus on the diet, but then, hey, we can get into the exercise and then the rest, which allows you to recover and heal, and quieting the mind and going within to find the kingdom of heaven, okay? Going in to spend time with yourself. A lot of people don't spend time with themselves because they don't even really like themselves. They don't even really know themselves. And as someone like me who's been, happy, boisterous person his whole life, super confident, just like do what I want to do. A lot of times I'm on YouTube and Instagram. I'm like, whoa, high energy. But sometimes I just like to chill. I just like to chill, baby. So, it is what it is. But, you got to have those times of action and go, 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 getting things done. And then those times of rest and, bringing it in. Okay? Taking the necessary time to care for one's self. Okay? Inside and out. Right? So, what else we got here? We got the honey, right? Honey's freaking wonderful. We got this milk thistle right here. We've got the freaking spirulina. Okay? We got some moringa. We've got these two powders, which y'all have seen a bunch of if you have watched my channel before, especially my smoothie videos. The Raw Life Protein from Puradyme. And we've got the Kachava with a ton of different, great things in there, like herbs and mushrooms and fruits, vegetables, enzymes, probiotics, all kinds of good stuff, right? And literally, I put these two together with a little bit of the sea moss. I like to throw some shilajit in there too, a little honey. That's a meal. I could survive off that. Of course, smoothie, right? So I put, some frozen fruit with it and sometimes not frozen fruit. But yeah, I that's all I need in a day. There's so much nutrition in this bag. Condensed nutrition. It doesn't look like it, but there's a ton of nutrition in here. There is good quality nutrition inside of this bag right here. And if you've never seen it before, the Raw Life Protein and the Kajava, but a ton of nutrients in there. Yep, I ran into the stove. That happened. Ton of nutrients in there. You don't need to. A lot of times people aren't even really digesting the food that they eat anyway, because their colon's clogged up, and maybe they're stressed out. That's something that we need to be mindful of as well, because you could be eating the best food, have the best supplements, but if you're stressed out and your body's pumping cortisol, and your body's like, oh, we're going through something right now. And, you're not even going to be able to properly digest the foods that you're eating. You can't break them down properly. You're not going to assimilate it properly. And then you're not even going to get rid of it properly. So now that's more stuff that's going to be stuck in your colon. That's more, stuff that's going to sit there and rot and, ferment, and now toxins are in your bloodstream, and it's just not good. So that's why we need to take the time to just chill out, relax, do things that make us happy, be true to ourselves, listen to our heart more, like get out of your mind. Okay? A lot of people, they know what they want. They know what they want. And if you just allow them to talk, they'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly what they want. But then if you ask them, they're like, oh, I have no idea. So it's like most people know what they want. They're too up here and not enough in here. Feeling it, allowing their heart to speak for them instead of trying to be all mindful about it. Sometimes using your head can kind of work against you. So, and then over here, I got some isolates. Now, isolates say, I want some vitamin C. Well, I could just eat an orange, which is not only going to have the vitamin C in there, but it's going to have vitamin A, and I'm going to get fiber and, some nice distilled, structured, alkaline water, that I don't have to go anywhere and buy special alkaline water. I can just eat fruits and vegetables, and boom, I can get it there. So yeah, I could eat, some cucumber or pepper or orange to get vitamin C, or I could take a vitamin C isolate. I don't take isolates, so like I said, I don't take most of this stuff that's here. Now, yeah, most of these are herbs, and herbs are good, so if I need them, then maybe I'll consider it. But for the most part, I don't feel that I need them, so I don't take them. And I just take a couple cool things that I like, and I chill out, Like, I ain't trying to do too much. We see, we've got the black seed oil, comes from the black cumin seed. Now, this one's special, along with other oils, because, if you're like vegan or plant-based, then you've heard people talk about oils before. Now, like I said, you don't have to get this. You could just go get some black cumin seeds, and the oil is going to be in there. You don't have to get olive oil. Just go get an olive, and there's going to be oil in there. If you want avocado oil, go eat an avocado, right? You don't have to extract those oils from within it, because when you do that, you kind of break it apart from the holistic harmoniousness of it that nature created. And now it's going to be a little less beneficial, but our bodies do need those fats. And if we're getting them from plant-based sources, it's going to be good. Fun fact, though, if you can see light through this container, it's probably not the best, because oils are light sensitive. So, given this dark color, it's better than if it was just in a clear bottle, but still something to be mindful of, right? That's something like that. That's when you should be in your mind. But, if I ask you, how do you feel? And you say, I don't know, well, that's probably because you're thinking about it instead of feeling it. You feel what I'm saying? And then we got the chlorophyll. Instead of getting some isolated chlorophyll, I could just go eat some cucumber, or juice a cucumber, or some celery, or the rind of a watermelon, or get some kale or spinach to get the chlorophyll. I don't have to get this isolate, isolated version of it. And there's all these things, B12, collagen, D3. And just for me, I'm of the belief that everything works together when it comes to nature. So if you're just going to take some B12, well, where did that B12 come from? And what other compounds are in that plant that is going to help that B12 be the best that it can possibly be? Different nutrients, vitamin A, B17 maybe, vitamin K, potassium, fiber, the water, the hydrogen. So I am not a fan of isolates. Nobody that I listen to is, because it just makes sense. Like I said, we're on the holistic journey. That's why you want whole foods. And if you take the time to dry them and, powder them, or kind of chop them up so that it's kind of like a tea, I don't see a problem with that. And many people have, gone from being super sick and unhealthy to just, bright and luminous from the help of supplements. Like I say, in a perfect world, sure, we would all be going outside, we'd be naked, and we'd just pick the fruit off the tree, pull it up out the ground, and boom, there you go. But this ain't a perfect world. And we have these beautiful technologies that are here to help us, like juicers and blenders and dehydrators, all these things that will help us get in more of the plants that will be loving and healing for our bodies. So that's the video there, supplements and superfoods. And really, you just kind of got to ask yourself, it's like, what do you want? And it doesn't matter what level you're at or, your preferred method of eating, your diet, right? Not the biggest fan of the diet word, because this is a lifestyle. This isn't something that I'm just going to do for a couple months, lose a couple pounds, and then, I'm trying to fit in the dress for the wedding, or, I didn't use my girl voice there, but, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, whatever is going to be something that's beneficial that you are able to stick with long term. And you got to ask yourself, don't think about it, go within and ask yourself, listen to your heart. Ask yourself, who do I really want to be? Do I want to go and eat these certain foods over here that aren't necessarily the best for me? They taste good. You could lie about it and say they don't, right? But they do taste good. That's why people eat them. Or I could be over here on the plant-based side and I can get me a banana that's behind the camera. Or I can go ahead and I can sprout some... Oh, she's talking to me. She's alive. Look at those sprouts. But yeah, I could sprout some lentils and cook them in the next video that I'm going to make after this. Or, I could use my beautiful powders and the sea moss and a little spirulina and honey and make me a wonderful freaking smoothie. It's like, who do you want to be? And not even who do you want to be, who are you? Right? Let's be ourselves. Let's not try to be our best self. Let's actually be our best self. And if you're like me, then you will find great assistance from using different types of supplements, which are simply whole foods that have been preserved for your benefit. Okay? So, yeah, you just got to ask yourself, what do you want? And just quiet the mind and feel. Like I say, you talk to most people and they know what they want. And, if you let people talk long enough, they'll tell you exactly what they want. They'll tell you exactly what they want. They'll tell you how they can get it. Like they can literally break it down and give you a whole game plan to get what they want. But if you ask them, as soon as you ask them and they stop feeling and they go into the mind, oh, I don't know what I want. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how I feel. Well, that's because you're trying to think about how you feel. But no, just tell me how you feel, So anyway, that's the video. I always got to put a little bit of extra, guidance in there for those that need it, because I need it. So, I got to keep me on point, and you're watching me help myself to heal. And I like to be of service. So that's why I make these videos and I do what I can for people. And this is who I am. This is what makes me happy. This is me being my best self. And it makes me happy. So for me to you, with the utmost love, my heart's over here, the utmost love and appreciation for you coming here and sharing your time with me. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe, and peace be with you.